Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have shown you how to design this user control that is cell medicine, and if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of your screen. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to backend code for this cell medicine. Here you can see this, when I type something nothing happens, and for this one, this list box, nothing is over here, and when I click on these button, nothing happens. Let's start with the coding part. So let me just close this, log out and close this. First thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually change the design name for these all text boxes and this list box. So for that, just move back over here, that is uc_p_cellmedicine and .cs. If you have given the any other name, then go on that. So first thing, this is for this one, what we have to do is just change the name to txt search box. So click on this, go to properties. By default, I guess the name is something Guna2 because I have used the Guna2 text box. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to change this one to txt search. Hit enter. Then this one. So click on this and change this one to list box. Where this, yeah, list box medicines. Hit enter. Yeah, the name has been changed. After that, this one, this is nothing but txt medicine id. So change this one to txt med name, not this one name, this is id actually. Hit enter. This one to txt medi name, this one to txt, this is a Guna date time picker, but still I'm going to name this one txt expire date. Change this one to txt, change this one to txt price per unit, this one to txt number of units, this one to txt total price. Change this button to btn add to cart, add to cart. After this, here we have only one data grid view, so I'm not going to change the name for this one. So change the name for this one to btn remove, this one to btn purchase and print, like this. Now we have to change the name for this label too. So change the label name to, this is a total label. So what I'm going to name this one is total label. I'm going to change this one to total label. Hit enter. Finally, for all the stuff, all the controls, we have changed the name, and by default when we copy this one, so the name for this one will be btn.sync, btn sync already. So first thing what we have to do is, when this form loads, I want to actually load all the valid medicine, that is expired, the medicines which are not expired. I want to load all those medicine inside this list box. So how to do that? For that, first thing what we have to do is just double click on this empty space to generate a load event for this user control. So double click on this, and here you can see this ucp cell medicine load event is generated. And before we code anything, what we have to do is we have to create a function class object. So function fn is equal to new function, and second thing is string query, and I'm going to take one data set object over here like this, because we are going to need the string, one string type variable and one data set to store the value, and the query to write the query string type. Okay, so now move back over here inside this one. This is UC underscore P underscore cell medicine, the load event, and here what we have to write is, first thing what we have to do is set the data into that list box. For that, first I'm going to actually write the query. So query is equal to select, and I'm going to select only m name. M name is the column name for that table. So let me just open the database for you now so that I can show you. Okay, so till then it opens, I'm going to actually write the query. So m name from the table name is medic, and after that from where e date is the column name for expiry date. So and expiry date needs to be greater than equal to, and we have to fetch the system date. So get date, this is a method used in the SQL to actually fetch the current date from your system. And we have to check one more thing, that is the quantity is greater than 0. So quantity is greater than 0. Now our query is ready. Here the thing is that the quantity is the column name, and I have made this quantity column varchar type. That's why we have to put the value like this one. Okay, so this one is open. Let me connect this first and let me show you quickly. So now our database is open, and here you can see the medicine table. Where this is, yeah, this one, the medicine table. Let me just select start from medicine table and execute this, and here you can see this, the medicine name is m name, and the quantity is quantity, and the quantity is big int type. Okay, so but it's still big int type, that's why we can use it in the same way, not an issue. So move back over here. So we are working on this one. So here you can see this, the m name is the column name for the medicine name, and medic is the table name, where e date is the column name for expiry date, and this method is used to extract the values. So let me try by executing this query into the database directly so that you can see the difference. So let me just paste it over here and let me execute this. Here you can see this, we find the C, B, C, and there are only 6 records, but when we check on the database we have more than 6. We have total 9 records, but the 3 are not out of stock, actually 3 are expired medicine. That's why we are only 6 medicines are visible. So this is nice. So what we have to do is, now our query is ready and query is working fine. Next thing what we have to do is, we have to just move to the next line, and here we have to pass this query, and we have to just write function dot get data, and we have to pass the query inside this one, and this get data is going to return the dataset object which is filled with the data. For that we have to store the dataset. So ds is equal to, so this ds, we have created a variable on the top. Here you can see this is data set over here. So I'm going to store the value into that data set, and finally what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put that data into that list box. So for that what we need one for loop. So for int I is equal to 0, and this I will run till less than ds dot table. Dataset contains the value in the form of table, so ds dot table dot rows dot count till it will run exactly less than the rows, the number of rows in the table. So by default, if you suppose we have 9 rows, so it will run from 0 to 9, 0 to 8. If we have 9 rows, then this will run 0 to 8. Okay, if we try put equals over here, then this will cause an array out of index, so don't do that. After this we have to just increment the value of I, and for each iteration what we have to do is, we have to set the value for list box, and our list box name is list box medicines dot, and we have to add the items dot add, and here what we have to do is, we have to just extract the value from that dataset tables 0 dot rows which row, ith row, and the column will be 0, and convert that to string, and now the value will be added. But still one small issue will be there. What that issue will, let me just start this and show you that if the data is visible on that list box or not. So I've started the project. It will take few seconds to start. So now our project is started, so I'm going to just log in, Kumar and Kumar, just sign in, and when we click on sell medicine, here you can see this, now we have these medicine, but the font is quite small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the font size. So let me log out and close this. Okay, so first move back over here on the pharmacist model, not the pharmacist, this one, the cell medicine. Click on this one and move back over here, click on this. Okay, so after this, bold and size will be 14, will be good. Yeah, like this. Now this size is good. After this, what we have to do is we have to code for the sync button. So sync button will do one small thing. Let me just double click on that sync button, and what we have to do is just load this event in the order to UC underscore P underscore cell medicine load, and we have to call this, and then null. We have to pass 2 arguments inside this one. And what will happen that when we click on this, you can simply I'm going to show you a small bug that needs to be identified and resolved as well. So Kumar and Kumar, suppose you have added a new medicine, and move back over here, and when you click on this to reload and to fetch the new medicine only, then let's see what happened when I click on this. Here you can see this, the data replicates itself. Whenever I click on this, the data replicate. Here you can see this. I don't want this. CBC, when you try to search, okay, so we haven't coded for the search box, so that's why it's not visible. Here you can see this, every time you click, this replicates the data. So I don't want this. What I want is it clear all the previously added element, then reload the fresh data. For that, what we have to do is we have to first clear the items. So how to clear the items? In the load event, initially what we have to write over here is list box medicine dot items dot clear, and this will clear the data. So now start this and let's check this. Kumar and Kumar, just sign in, just click on this, and here you can see this, when I click on this, nothing happens. If I try to do one thing, let me just add one medicine before AS something, let me add a valid medicine, quantity 5, and add new medicine. Okay, go to cell medicine and click on this, and here you can see this, only AS is added. When I reload, nothing happens. There is no data replication. So this is good. Next thing what we have to do is we have to code for this search button, so search text box. For that, just move back over here, click on this one, select this, click on this events, text change event, just double click on this, and this will generate a text change event, txt search text change event. And here first thing what we have to do is again we have to clear the list box medicines dot items dot clear, because we have to remove all the data and we have to just put the data, matching data from the text box. Okay, so here what we have to do is we have to write the query. So query is equal to select m name from table name, that is medic, where m name like single quotes, double quotes, plus plus, double quotes, and single quotes. And inside this one we have to extract the text from search box, txt search dot text, like this. And after the double quote, we have to put 1% over here, and we have to check one more thing, that is the expiry date. So and e date needs to be greater than and equal to, and we have to write get date. Okay, so let me scroll a little bit like this, and after this we have to check for one thing, that is the quantity, and quantity is equal to, quantity is greater than 0, like this. Now our query is ready. So what we have to do is just fire this into the database and extract the data. So I'm going to actually store the data. ds is equal to fn.getData, and we have to pass the query as argument to this getData method. And after this, now we have the data into the data set, matching data, and we have to set that into that list box. So for that, again we need one for loop. So int I is equal to 0, I should be less than ds.tables 0 dot rows dot count and I plus plus, and again we have to set the list box medicine dot items dot add, and we have to add ds dot tables 0 dot rows I 0 and convert this one to string. If you are worried about that, from where this I and 0, why I'm mentioning this, because we have extracted data in such a way that we have only one row, I mean single column over here, and multiple rows. So the row is changing, but this column is always 0 through, and the row is changing with each iteration. So that's why the row column is fixed, that is 0, and the value of I is varying from 0 to the record till it finds the record. So that's why the changing value is I. This is for row and this is for column, and finally converting this to the string with the help of this toString predefined method. Okay, so let's start with this search box, if that works or not. So I have started this. So I'm going to log in, click on this and try to search for CBC. Yeah, we find this, and when we delete, when I write P, the medicine matching with P is now visible to name. Yeah, that's good. And yen, yeah, this is also working. Next thing what we have to do is, when I select on this, I want to set the ID over here, name, expiry date, price per unit. I want to set these stuff, and whenever user enter on the 5 like this, then the total price by multiplying into this price per unit will be shown over here. Let me do that. Let me close this, move back over here and move to the design, click on this, go to events, and there you have to search for selected index changed. So this one, just double click on this, and this will generate a list box medicine selected index change event. And here, first thing what we have to do is, whenever the selected index change, I want to clear the number of units entered by the user. First thing, I want to remove this. So let me just write txt number of units dot clear. After this, what we have to do is, we have to extract the name from that list box, from this list box, whenever user make any selection. So for that, what we have to do is, first take a variable string, and I'm going to store the value. The variable name is name, and from that list box medicine dot get item text, and which item I want is list box medicines dot selected item. This one, I want the selected item name, and now with the help of this line, I am extracting the name which I have selected. I am storing inside this name, this variable with the name. Next thing what we have to do is, we have to set the txt medicine name dot text is equal to name. I am assigning this variable to the value to this one. So let's check if this works or not. So I've started the project. Here you can see this when I click on this, yeah, the medicine name is changing. And if I write something like this and if I click on this one, yeah, the name is also cleared. Sorry, the number of units is also cleared. And here you can see this, the name is changing. Yeah, this one is working. It means that we are fetching the name. So let me code for further. After this, what we have to do is we have to extract all the details related to that name. For that, I have to write a query. So query is equal to select star or select. I'm going to select the, we need only ID, price, and expiry date. So MID, E-date is the expiry date, and per unit is the price, like this. These are the column name. From medic is the table name, where M name, that is the medicine name, is equal to single quotes, double plus plus, double quotes and single quotes, because this is a string. So here I have to just, so here I have to put name like this. Now our query is ready. Next thing what we have to do is we have to fetch the data from the database. So ds, we have to fire this into the database. So ds is equal to fn dot get data. I'm using this method query and passing the value query, the argument into this get data method. After this, we have now data inside this data set. So we have actually extracted three values, that is MID, expiry date, and per unit. So we have only three columns inside that. So for that we have to set those data to those text boxes. Okay. So first text box is nothing but the medicine ID. So med ID dot text, and initially we have mentioned MID. So at the 0th row and 0th column we will have that MID. So the column will be, the row is going to be 0th always, and the ID will be, column will be 0, 1 and 2, and row will be 0. Okay, so let me just, okay, so ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0, and the column will be 0 for the first one because that's the MID dot to string. Now let's check if this works perfectly fine or not. So now our project is started. Sign in, click on this one and select this, and here you can see this ID is now assigned. So this one is working fine. Next thing is expiry date. So in the same way we have to do for the expiry date, and that txt expiry date dot text is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0, and the column will be 1 this time, row will be 0 all time. After this we have txt price per unit. So dot text is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0, and the column will be 2. You convert this one to string. Yeah, that's it. Now let's check if this works perfectly fine or not. Whenever we select any of the stuff, that all the data are assigned or not. Cell medicine, and here you can see this when I click on this, the expiry date is also changing accordingly, and everything is visible quite nice. Here you can see this, the price per unit is also changing, but you cannot manually make any changes inside these all. You can actually make changes inside this one only. Even you can't make any changes inside this one, because in the last video when we are designing this part, we have made these all text boxes read only. If you need these one needs to be changeable, then you have to just make that read only false. So let me log out and move back over here. Next thing what we have to do is, now whenever we select any medicine, now the data related to that medicine is assigned inside these text boxes. So next thing what I have to do is, when I enter any number of units, then price needs to be calculated according to that unit. So here just click on this one, click on events, and here what we have to do is just click on this, select this text change event. So double click on this. This will generate a txt number of units text change event. And here first thing what I have to check is if txt number of units dot text is not equal to null. If this is null, then this will throw an exception and our program is going to crash. That's why I'm checking for that if this one is null. Okay, so if this is null, then what I have to do is I have to just clear the text field, that is txt total price dot clear. I have to remove the price from that text box. And if this is not null, then what you have to do is, first I need one variable that is of int64 type. So unit price is equal to, I have to convert that unit dot parse from, I'm going to extract that from txt price per unit dot text. From this text box, I'm going to extract the price and store into this variable, and whatever we extract from a text box is in the string format. That's why I'm converting this data with the help of this parse method into integer type and storing inside this one. After this we have to extract one more stuff, that is int64 number of units is equal to int64 dot parse, and this is from this text box. So txt number of units dot text. After this what we have to do is we have to just multiply these values and store into a third variable. Third variable also needs to be of int64 type. So I'm going to name this one total amount is equal to unit price into number of units, like this. And finally we have calculated the total amount, and finally we have to assign that into txt total price dot text is equal to total amount dot, and finally convert that to string. Now like this, and now start this and let's check if this works or not. So I've started the project and this will take few seconds. Click on this one, just sign in, sell medicine, and when I click on this and when I click over here and 5, here you can see this 5 into 200 for each unit. The price is calculated over here, and you cannot modify this total price. You can just change these values and the price will change accordingly. And when this text box is empty, the data is cleared over here. So next thing what we have to do is when I click on this 5 and click on this add to cart, the value needs to be added inside this data grid view. Okay, for that let me just close this and move back over here to the design part and click on this one. Just double click on this button to generate a ptn add to cart click event. And before we code anything inside this one, I'm going to take few variables because we are going to need those. So protected int n, and I'm going to need a total amount is equal to 0 initially. Initially I need one variable. This total amount is equal to 0, and I need few more variables, so that will be also protected type. Protected int64, I need quantity and the new quantity. I will explain why we these and where we needed these variables throughout the coding. Okay, so first thing what we have to do is we have to check that if txt med id dot text is not equal to null. Why I am checking this, that txt med id dot text is not equal to null? Because in this text box we cannot write anything manually. It means that if we don't select any medicine, then this will be empty. So if this one is empty, then I don't want to perform any operation. If this one is empty, it means that none of these text boxes have any data. So what we are trying to add if we don't have any, if we don't have selected any medicine? So we have to simply show some message to the user. In the else condition, we can show the message. So first thing what we have to do is we have to check the condition if we selected any medicine. After this, we have to check the quantity of that medicine. So query is equal to select quantity from medic, where MID, that is the medicine ID, is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus plus, double quotes, single quotes, like this. And medicine ID will be from txt medicine ID dot text, like this one. And we have to extract that and store it into a data set. So ds is equal to fn dot get data, and we have to pass the query like this. After this, we have to store the quantity into this variable, this one. This quantity variable is equal to int64, the data which we have fetched from the database. So convert that into the int64 type. So ds.tables 0 dot rows 0 0 zeroth row, zeroth column, and convert that to string like this. And the new quantity is equal to quantity minus int64 dot parse txt number of units dot text. Here what I'm doing is, first I have fetched the quantity of that particular medicine which we have selected and stored that value inside this data set, and finally converting that value into the int64 type and storing that value into the quantity, that is the available quantity on the stock. Suppose in the database we have available quantity is 50, so for now this quantity will have 50. If we have added the quantity 5 to the number of quantities, then the value over here is 50 minus 5, then the value will be 45 inside this one, new quantity. Next thing what we have to do is we have to check that if new quantity is greater than and equal to 0, greater than or equal to 0, then what we have to do is we have to move further with the coding. So why we are checking this? So that if this quantity, new quantity, is in minus, it means that we don't have sufficient stock to purchase that much amount. Okay, so if inside this one what I'm going to do is we have this, and we have created one variable over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add row value inside this one. So guna to data grid view dot rows dot add, I want to add that row, and it's the row variable. Okay, after this what I have to do is I have to just add the value like this, guna dot rows n dot cells 0 dot value is equal to txt medicine id dot text, like this one. So let me copy this much part and paste it again and again, because we need this one 6 times actually. 3 and 3 6, right? So here the second thing will be txt medicine name dot text, and next one will be txt expiry date.text. After this we have this one, so this will be txt price per unit dot text. After this we have txt number of units dot text, and after this we have txt total price, the medicine total price dot text, like this one. Now we have to change these column name as well. Okay, so let me add one comma over here. Okay, so this one will be 1, this isn't column name, so column number, so we have to change the value accordingly. 4, and this one will be 5, like this. Now next thing what we have to do is we have to calculate the total amount, whatever that particular user amount. So that's why I have added this total amount variable over here to calculate the total amount that customer have to pay. Suppose customer buy 5 products, then the amount, whenever we click on that add button, the amount will be calculated inside this total amount. So for that I am going to calculate the value. So total amount is equal to total amount plus int dot parse txt total price. This is the txt total price is a text box name for this one. So from extracting this value, and we are storing adding that value with the total price. Okay, so text like this one. After this we have to show that total to the label. So our label name is total label, right? Total label dot text, and we have to show that in the fancy way. So rs dot, and we have to concatenate with the value. So plus total amount dot to string, like this. Yeah, this one is good. After this what we have to do is we have to actually, whenever user purchase or add to cart, add the value. Suppose user have added the 5 quantity into this data grid view, then we have to subtract the quantity from the database as well. So what I'm going to do is, whenever user added new medicine to the cart, then I'm going to subtract that value from the cart at the same time. For that what we have to do is we have to write the query is equal to update medic set quantity is equal to single double plus new quantity plus double quotes and single quotes, where MID, that is a medicine ID, is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus double quotes and single quotes. And here we have to mention txt medicine ID dot text, and now our query is ready. So we have to update the medicine quantity, and we have to check the condition for the particular MID. If we don't put this MID, then for each row the data will be updated. Okay, so next thing what we have to do is we have to just fire that query into the database. For that fn.setData, and inside this one we have to pass the query. If you are worried about this setData method, then you have to just watch my, I guess, second or third video. You have to watch that video. Okay, so you have to watch complete series from the initial to understand the complete code from start to beginning. Don't worry, I have explained everything. I haven't skipped even a single second in the complete project. Okay, so just follow this. Okay, so now our query is passed, and we have to pass one message. So I'm going to pass medicine added. Now this will actually set the data and update the query. This will add the data into the data grid view, and this will calculate the total amount and set to the label, and this will update the value of the quantity into the database. After this, in the else condition, I have told you, okay, so if the quantity is greater than or equal to 0, then this code will be perfectly fine. In the else condition, what I have to do is I have to show some user output to the user, that is message box dot show that medicine is out of stock, like this only, and how much quantity is available I want to show that to users. So quantity plus double quotes left, like this, and we have to name this one warning. This message box, and this message box needs to be have some button, message box button dot OK, message box icon dot warning, like this one. So what this will do is, initially here what we have did is we have fetched the data from the database and we have extracted the value and saved that quantity available, the total quantity, into this variable. And here what I'm going to do is, suppose user we have only 50 and user want to purchase 60 quantity. So here you can see this new quantity needs to be, when this 50, the quantity available is 50 minus 60, will the value will be, the result will be minus 10. So this minus 10 is not greater than or equal to 0. Then this if block will be not executed, this else block will be executed. It means that user is trying to buy more than the number of quantity we have in our stock. So that's why this message will be shown to the user. So let me check this, and after this we will put message inside this else block too. So I have started this. To start it, sign in, click on this one, select any. Okay, so first check in the medicine that how many stocks we have. For ABC we have 6, so move back over here. ABC we have only 6 stock and want to purchase 10, and I click on this, add to cart. Medicine is out of stock, only 6 left. Here you can see this in the view table, view medicine, we have ABC and we have only 6 medicine in our stock, but user is trying to purchase 10. This is not fair. That's why I have shown a clear message over here that medicine is out of stock, only 6 left. I have shown this number over here so that if a customer want to purchase only 6 medicine, if he is happy to with that stock, then he can purchase that amount too. Okay, so if I try to purchase 5 and click on this, okay, no, 5, not 5, I'm going to purchase 1 and click on this add to cart. Okay, so our application crashes due to some issue. Let me check that, what issue we have. Okay, so we did some mistake. Let me check that. Our application crashes because we haven't added column inside this data grid view. So click on this and move back over here, click on this one and click on edit columns. Here what we have to do is just click on this and we have to add column over here. So I'm going to change this one to medicine ID. Click on add. This column 2 will be name. Click on add. Third will be expiry date. Click on add, and fourth will be price per unit. Fifth will be number of units. Sixth will be total price. Click on add and close this and click on OK, and here you can see this. Now the column is added. Now start this and try once again. So move back over here and select ABC and user try to purchase one and click on add to cart, and here you can see this medicine is added and the stock is 6 in the previously when I have started this, and here you can see this is still showing ABC 6. When I reload this, the value is 5. Now the stock is also decremented and added over here. So this one is working fine, but one small issue is still remaining, that this header is not visible. So let me make this visible. So close this, click on this one and move back to the top into this one by selecting this and select this column header height, change this one to 21 and hit enter. Yeah, here you can see this is visible now. This one is looking nice. So now our task for add button is almost done. We have to add one small code over here. So move back over here. In this else block we have to show some message to the user, and what is that? Message box dot show, and we have to show some that select medicine first, and this is the information. And it needs to have some button, message box buttons dot OK, and message box needs to have some icon, message box dot icons dot information, like this. Okay, so this else block is for this initial if, that is we are checking for the medicine ID is empty or not. Okay, and we have to perform one more operation over here. What is that? We have to reload the data. So UC underscore P underscore cell medicine load. Why I'm loading this and null. Suppose user purchase, here you can see that when I added the 5 or try to add a 5 value, then if suppose user purchase all this remaining stock from the medicine, suppose user enter 5 over here inside this text box and purchase all the stock and click on this add to cart, then what will happen is that value will be added over here, and at the same time if we don't reload that form, then this list box is visible with the old data, that is the ABC is still visible over here. User can select it from there and he can't able to add to cart, but still the name will be visible over here. So that is not good. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to instantly reload that data. And one more thing, I want to clear all these text boxes whenever this add to cart will work. For that, what we have to do is we have to write one separate method for that. Let me just write that method. That will be private void clear all, and I have to write txt medicine id dot clear txt name dot clear. After this we have to clear this expiry date dot reset text. This is actually date time picker, that's why I'm going to reset text to the today date, actually price per unit dot clear, and after this we have txt number of units dot clear. I want to clear all these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this method over here. Okay, so first clear all the text boxes and then reload that data. Okay, so change this one to protected actually. Yeah, this is good. Or this is showing the modified property is not valid for this item. Okay, I'm going to name this one public for now. What is this showing? Error. Okay, this is inside this block. Sorry, by default I put inside this one. So what I have to do is, let me just remove this and put outside over here and change this one to private. Now this one is fine. So by mistake I have put that into the btn add click event. I have put inside this one. So here we have to call this method clear all. Okay, so now our task for add button is done. Next thing what we have to do is we have to code for that data grid view select event. If we want to remove any data, then what we have to do is, now our data is added into this data grid view. Suppose we have added some other medicine you want to remove. For that we have to just click on this and start coding inside this one. But before that, what we have to do is you have to just select any row which you have to remove and extract that value, select that value, and just when you click on this, you have to just increment that value, increment the stock for that particular value, particular medicine into the database. When we add to cart, we subtract the quantity from the database. In the same way, when we remove the data from this data grid view, then we have to again update. It means that add the quantity back to the data into the database. Okay, so first thing what we have to do is just click on this and you have to just go to events and cell click event. Just double click on this one. This will generate a GUNA2 data grid view cell click event. Let me cut this and paste this one over here. After this btn add event, btn click event. Before we write anything, we need few variables over here. So first variable will be int value amount. One thing will be, another will be value id, another will be protected int 64, and this will be number of unit. Like this, we need these variables while we are working with this one. So let's start there. First I'm going to put this inside the try catch block. So if any exception occur, this will manage by itself. Exception, I'm not going to catch any exception inside this one. I'm going to set the value amount dot is equal to int dot parse, and I'm going to extract that from that data grid view. So GUNA2 data grid view dot rows, and inside this one e dot row index dot cells, and which cell we have to extract the value 5 and convert that into the value and convert that into string like this. So what exactly we are doing over here is, suppose we have added one row over here. When you select that particular row, so the value, the price, we have to extract the price initially. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fifth column is total price. So that's why I'm extracting that fifth cell value and converting that into the integer type, and this e is from over here, and we are extracting that row index whenever we click from that GUNA2 data grid view. Okay, after this, now the value amount is extracted. In the same way, we have to extract the value id, that is the id from here. So value id is equal to GUNA2 data grid view 1 dot rows e dot row index dot cells. The cell will be 0 dot value and convert this one to string. After the value id, we have number of units, and this one will be int type. So int 64 dot parse, and inside this one we have to write the GUNA2 data grid view 1 dot rows e dot row index dot cells 4 dot value .toString. Now we have the required stuff, that is the total amount, and this 504 is the column number. So this one is 0th, that is the medicine ID. So for that I have named it value ID. That's why I have written 0 over here. And let me just, yeah, this one is good. And number of unit, the column name is number is 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number of units is 4. That's why 4 over here. After this, now we have extracted the required value. So next thing what we have to do is we have to actually code for this btn remove event. So just double click on this and this will generate a btn remove click event. Okay, so on the wrong place it has generated. Let me cut this and paste it after this one, like this. And here first thing what I have to do is I have to check for that if the value ID is not null. Value ID is not equal to null. It means that if this one is null, then you haven't selected any value from that data grid view. And inside this one, I'm going to put the value into the try, some code into the try catch block. Try catch, and finally I'm going to use some code inside this one. Okay, so finally code is always going to execute guna to data grid view dot rows dot remove at, I'm going to use the predefined method remove at this dot guna to data grid view dot selected rows and here 0 dot index. Okay, so this will perform the removal part, and in the finally we have to write the query is equal to select the quantity from table, that is medic, where MID is equal to single double plus plus double single, where MID is value ID. After this we have to put this ts is equal to fn dot get data, and we have to pass the query, and finally we have to extract the quantity int 64 dot parse, and using this quantity variable from we have actually initialize this variable over here, that the quantity over here. I'm going to reuse these variables over here at the button remove. Okay, so quantity. So what I have to do is we have to write this ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0 dot toString, like this. When we are actually extracting only one value from the database from this table, and this data set contains only one value at the 0th row and 0th column. That's why 0th row and 0th column, and converting that into the quantity integer type and storing inside this one. After the quantity we have to assign new quantity is equal to quantity plus number of quantities, number of units. We are adding back. Now we have new quantity, and next thing what we have to do is we have to update the quantity into the database. So query update medic set quantity is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus plus, double quotes and single quotes. We have to set new quantity where MID is equal to single double plus plus double quotes and single quotes, and inside this one medicine ID will be over here. I'll just write where, okay, sorry, the value ID, actually value ID, like this. Query will be like this. And finally we have to fire this query onto the database. So fn.setData query, and we have to pass a message. So medicine removed from cart. This message will look much familiar. After this we have to remove, actually minus the value from the total amount. So total amount is equal to total amount minus value amount. This one. After this we have to set the new total to the label as well. So total label dot text is equal to rs dot plus total amount dot toString. And finally, after doing all of these stuff by updating the value, finally we have to reload this form. So UC underscore P underscore cell medicine load, and we have to pass this comma null, like this. And finally what will happen is, after performing these operations, the form will be loaded. Now let's start this and let's check if this works or not. So we started the project and this will take few seconds. So now our project is started and I'm going to just sign in. After this, move back to cell medicine, click on this, number of units 1, add to cart, and the value is added. Now CBC, and here you can see this, after adding all the text box is clear. Now move back over here and search for reload. The CBC for now is 140, and when I reload this, 139. Now I'm going to add another medicine, that is ABC. Move back over here, ABC, click on this. I'm going to add one more, so click on this one, medicine added. Move over here, ABC is 5, and click on this one and it will 4. Now move back over here, I'm going to select this CBC, no, I'm going to select this ABC, and here you can see this is the total amount is 200 plus 250 is 450. Now I selected this one and click on this remove medicine, remove from cart, that we have removed that ABC, and move back over here, and here you can see this. Now still we have 4, and when I click on this, now the value for this one is updated to 5, and this one is working fine. Next thing what we have to do is we have to code for this one, the purchase and print, and here the price is also updated. So this one is working perfectly fine, everything is working over here. So next thing what we have to do is we have to just code for this one, purchase and print button. So log out and close this and move back over here. So first thing what we have to do is we have to add one dependency to this one, that is nothing but a DGV Printer class inside this one. For that what we have to do is, for that file link is already in the description of this video, just go and download that, and after that you have to just add to your project. So let's start with that. So just download that and store somewhere on your system, and after that you have to just right click on this, your project, in Solution Explorer you have to right click on your project name and click on add, and you have to select this existing item, click on this, and I have stored this on the desktop, so I'm going to search for this DGV Printer, yeah, this one, and click on add, and this will add DGV Printer into my project. And here you can see this, we have DGV Printer over here. So this one is showing the code inside the DGV Printer, so I'm not interested in the code inside this one. So what I'm interested in, actually what functionality that class provide. Okay, after this just double click on this button to generate a click event for PD and purchase print, and here what we have to do is we have to first, let me cut this and paste it below this remove button over here, and here first thing I'm going to write this DGV Printer printer print, not helper, I need this printer, and print is equal to new DGV Printer. Here it's showing some sort of error. Let me just figure this out. Why it's showing an error? Okay, so we haven't imported this library, so just click on this one, and here you can see this. Now the error is resolved. After this, what we have to do is I am to set the label name. So the title. So print title. This title is equal to medicine bill. After this, I have to set print dot subtitle is equal to the date, the today date. You can set this string dot format, and we have to set the date. So date like this, and we have to substitute the value date time dot now dot date like this. This extract the date and substitute after this. Okay, after this we have to write print dot subtitle format flag. This one is equal to string format flags dot line limit, and after this pipe symbol, and string format flags dot no clip like this. After this you have to write print dot page number. I don't need page number, so page number is equal to, I need actually page number. Yeah, that's for you have to mention true. After this, print dot page numbers in header is equal to false. After this, print dot proportional columns is equal to true. Print dot header cell alignment, this one is equal to true. And finally we have print dot header cell alignment. No, sorry, I did one small mistake. Header cell alignment, we don't need to write true over here. We have to write a string alignment dot near. After this we have to write, after cell element dot footer, we have to set the footer. So footer is equal to total. In footer I'm going to set the total payable amount plus total amount, that's in the variable which we have created, and dot convert that into the text. Total label, actually total, I'm extracting the value from total label dot text. After this I have to mention print dot footer spacing is equal to 15. After this, print data grid view, and I'm going to name this one Guna to data grid view. I want to print this one. And after, now the printing part is done, you have to just write this, just pause the video and write these lines. And after this, what we have to do is we have to make few more changes. That first thing, I want to reset the total amount variable to 0, because once the bill is print, now the total, we don't have to keep the record of the total amount for a particular user. So for that I have to just change this one to total amount is equal to 0. And finally we have to change the total label to 0 as well. So is equal to rs.00 total label dot text actually dot text. After this we have to actually clear the Guna to data grid view as well. So Guna to data grid view dot data source is equal to 0. When we set 0, the data grid view will be cleared. So let me just show you. So click on this start and let's check. So I've started the project. It will take few seconds. So now we have to log in. Cell medicine, and I'm going to add this one, 5 units, add to cart, and one more addition, that is PQR1, add to cart. And as I've shown you that this remove is working, and now I'm going to click on this print and purchase and print. So click on this, and this will take few seconds to load actually. Here you can see this Microsoft print.pdf. If you select this, then the PDF will be generated. In another case, maybe the PDF will not be generated. So click on this one, and while it's printing, and this is show here, you can see this page 1 of medical bill is printing now, and I'm going to save this one on the desktop so that I can show you. This will take few seconds. Actually my system is quite full with the data, that's why it's slowing down. So here I'm going to name this bill 123 ABC and save. And when I save this printing bill, okay, so my system is not connected with any printer, so that's why it's going on hold. Okay, so page 2, here you can see this, when this prints and the data grid view is cleared and this value is also converted to 0. And now we can add further medicines and make a new purchase. And after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you the bill which is saved, which I have saved on the desktop. So move to the desktop. Let me just show you the bill. Let me log out and close this. The bill is here. I've started this one. Open the PDF actually. It's opening. So now our PDF is open, and here you can see this medicine bill, and this is the today date, and the time is actually wrong. You can set the time. I have set the only date, that's why it's showing the correct date, and this is the default date. And we have purchased CBC 5 unit and PQR 1, and let me just show you the total price. And total price is over here, 1251, and this is the total price for medicine. You can actually decrease the size so that it fits inside the single page, or you can just change this one to landscape so that this will look nice. Yeah, this one is looking best. Here you can see this, we have set this on the footer. Yeah, so that's it for this video guys. Now this is the last video and our project is completely functional now. You can just check this anywhere. If you missed anything, you can just text me, or you can contact me on Instagram. Subscribe, share, and if you want to purchase, then contact me on Instagram. And if you want to take the private classes one-to-one session, then you can also contact me for that, for CSharp, Java and Android, and any other language if you want. Thanks for watching. Meet you in the next project.